12:12 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon, June 18th, 2025. And it is sprinkling out here, as it was minutes ago during my last recording of our morning hours. Not sure how well picking this up. I just finished watching the preliminary segment of our local weather through the news, and yeah, they are calling for possibilities of severe weather to take place later this afternoon and into evening. And in fact, the utility company of which we get our electricity through is on standby. I am prepared for any possibilities of power outages that might take place. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes right down to it, you have emergency crews on standby already. What's that tell you about their services in general overall? That they expect failures to happen through their system. Why? Because well, I'll leave you with that. Okay, still getting sprinkled on here. Very strange indeed. And yeah, just waiting for signs of aircraft. Should be any time now. Man, I'm already getting burned out on recording stuff today. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave off with this as far as our beginning of afternoon and possible evening sky observations, as well as weather observations. Oh, we got some rays coming through here. I guess we can show a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay, we'll end off there. 12:50 p.m. this Wednesday afternoon, June 18th, 2025. These are our current conditions, and I've just stepped out here. You can see quite the glare aspects that we are getting. This type of conditions to where it can bring on those rings, if you will. And as far as weather and what is to be for today, or the possibilities thereof, it seems to me, through the evidences that I have been seeing, that this is a highly orchestrated weather event that is to take place and unfold. As yesterday, as I was watching the Idiot Box, aka the TV or television set, basically it was almost like, well, it was broadcast, emergency broadcast tests, but this was for like all of southwestern Michigan, all the counties within southwestern Michigan. Okay, and as I stated earlier, we already have utility crews on standby. The media has also been speaking on the strong possibilities of power outages. And furthermore, they're now talking about after the event, and that pertaining to temperatures and the heat and mugginess that basically is a warning to those through a heat advisory or a heat action day, if you will, to be aware of. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything coming on, but I was seeing some colorations to the clouds themselves through my sunglasses, but I'm not going to zoom in and try to get any of that. So yes, a lot of the evidences are adding up to this being a highly orchestrated event that is to take place somewhere. Whether any of that will happen here, we will certainly find out as this day continues to unfold. Otherwise, that is all for now. Alright, 12:55 and soaring high up overhead. Once again, we have one of our guides up here flying around. I can't see if I'm capturing it or not. Anyways, I just thought to throw that in there, seeing how I just seen it as I was out here looking at this, trying to determine if there was any rings at all, and there is nothing. Nope. Well, once again, we'll go ahead and end it right here. 2 p.m. this Wednesday afternoon. At this exact time, yesterday's afternoon and evening video has just been posted. And I have yet to edit together this morning's content. So we are like way behind schedule at this given moment in time. And it is getting very warm and then a little bit sticky out here. And because of said possibilities of an onset of possible severe precipitation, and in anticipation of that, I fed the cats earlier. I'm in the process of grilling up some pancakes for them, some chicken pancakes, and then chicken and cheese pancakes. Yeah, a little bit of a variety. And once again, I am in the process of doing that. So this won't be a very long video. I'm not seeing any rings or any colorations visually at this point in time. Although it's been a case in the past, and in the recent past, mind you, in the morning hours, to where I could not see any ringed colorations, and yet they were there in my recording. Yeah, so, there's always possibilities, and that's why I keep going. Keep moving the way that I do, just in case. And we can see the wind is picking up, such as possibly something moving in. I know, so it is coming in approximately 2 hours earlier than it was stated. Ooh, we got us a neat looking bee that's flying around out here. Might be a bald-faced hornet, I'm not sure. Those are ones that you don't want to mess with. Gee, this might even be a genetically modified bee of some sort, as I see white markings on it. But them bald-faced hornets. Come on, get back out. I scared it off. Anyways, observations, always observations. So we will end it here. Well, once again, just go ahead and look up overhead. I'm not sure if there's anything or not. That's why I'm showing it. But we will end off, and I will continue shortly. As well, I have editing to get done. Oh, there we go. Okay. Got a guide flying around back here. Possibly alerting me to pay attention to this location in the sky for whatever reason. Yeah. Get off me, get off me. Yeah, okay. Well, anyways. Yeah. As this is, yeah, looking rather dark back here. But who knows, maybe we got our little bit of precipitation earlier as I was out here doing my recordings. because right now I'm not seeing any other signs of precipitation for our immediate area. And this here looks like it is bypassing us going, well, northeast. We might get a little clip of this. I don't know. We'll see. 3:05 p.m. Again, that was 3:05 p.m. And looking up in here, I think we're getting this, are we not? There we go. That's what I was wanting to target. Okay. Boy, very difficult to see out here. Okay, yeah. And this is, yeah, not only in this vicinity here, but looks like we got some stuff back in here too. Especially something back there. I'm getting that. Okay, coming back around, looking up over here. Whew. Man, it is like quite warm and quite humid out here. Man. Alright, let's go ahead and just take a look around. There's that up overhead. Coming down, facing towards the east. Continuing around to the north over the rooftop and up overhead. Continuing to spin. Oh yeah, okay. Let's look up, look over here. Okay, and likewise, that's just madness. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, just all kinds of weird. And that is where we will leave off with that weirdness. And we'll be back. 4:40 p.m. has begun, ever so lightly. Looking out here, and yeah, I'm standing in the precipitation once again. Interesting. It's kind of interesting looking back here, but anyways, I want to limit my exposure to this. I think I have been hearing some rumblings in the background of thunder. I'm not for certain on that. Yeah, watching TV right now. as I am actually in the process of uploading this morning's content. Look at this. Wow. Isn't this cool looking? And then over here there's something that almost appears kind of spherical in nature. Okay, that's max zoom. It's interesting looking. I can't believe I'm standing out here. Let's go back overlook this again. Well, it is beginning to come down at a heavier rate now. And so, yeah, I think it's time to back on out of this. And, well, if anything severe should kick off, I'll do my best to record. The precipitation has begun. And pretty much as they had forecasted, as it was to begin right around 4 o'clock. So, you know, at least I got out and spread some cat food out for the cats. And a few of them did come up. So that was good. And with this being a light rain so far, you know, any leftover cat food is protected for the time being. So, you know, any others that want to come up to feast out, including the birds, well, hey. You know, all in all, I think it is all good. Yeah, it is coming down just that much heavier now. Yeah. Oh, what the heck was that? That's a weird sound. Alrighty. We'll call that good and possibly resume later. When later? Who knows? Well, otherwise, well, other than, you know, anything severe, well, right now it doesn't look like we're going to be in that range at all. I'm coming out here once again, just kind of looking off over here. Yeah, because that's the direction that this is moving from, well, basically. Well, yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of rumble right there. Probably can't hear it too well because the air conditioner running in the background. Oh yeah, if anything exciting should begin, I'll record. But otherwise, on that note, yeah. We'll meet up once again at some given point. 4:50 p.m. The light drizzle has ended, but now we are getting some thunder kicking off. Well, I sure would like to see some lightning, but doubtful. Well, apparently it is not going to be a lot of lightning, thus causing thunder. Well, at least it's kind of cooling down out here a little bit. Feels like the rain's starting to come down again a little bit. Come on with it. All we get is just one rumble and I don't capture it. Well, alright, so be it. Oh, no. But interesting looking. Yeah, I am hearing some more rumbling. Well, maybe we'll get some activity kicking off back in here. Okay. So thing is going to be back over in here. I think I'm going to pause for a moment and we'll continue recording. I'm kind of feeling something. Well, a pretty good rumble there. Caught it just in time. I don't believe there was any lightning nearby associated with it, but Yeah, I was just walking back to pick up the camera, phone, whatever, to resume recording, and yeah, it just started to rumble. Maybe we caught it. And yeah, the fallout has begun again. Very lately, but yeah, here it comes. So yeah. So yeah, a couple of plasma bubbles were zapped and thus creating the rumble sound, combining hydrogen and oxygen, high mass amounts of that together. Boom! And water is created. Yeah, whatever, dude. This is boring. I'm not out here to record boring stuff and a little bit of rumble. So we'll go ahead and end this once again and come back if it should intensify. Shoom! A little squirt. Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's the talker. Another air conditioning unit just kicked on. Me, I got fans going. I had my air on all night. Well, it's a good portion of yesterday. And I like to conserve on as much as possible, as often as possible. That way, there's always something for a rainy day. Yeah, just a lot of noise. Not even any winds right now, so, this could just be part of the calm before the storm, but then again, a lot of what was being spoken of could be kind of bypassing us, as is according to their earlier prediction models. It was only showing just a small portion of our county to be hit by anything severe, such as wind and hail. But where I'm at, we fall within that little corner area. That's really what sparked me off into, okay, let's go ahead and record. Besides, this is, the outcome of, oh, did we get that? Did we get that? I knew I was supposed to be looking over there. Oh yeah, because yeah, that's where the guide told me, right? Right? That's where the vulture was flying. And I had a feeling, to pay attention over into this area here, and so yeah, maybe I got that bolt of lightning. It was small, but Oh. But yeah, basically it was right up in here where it took place. Kind of dim this down a little bit. Maybe, what the hell? Camera's doing funky things again. I'll go ahead and focus on this area here for a moment. But typically once the rain starts in, you know, there's not much to be caught thereafter, unless of course, you know, there is some sort of intensity, intense energy. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm seeing something back in here too. Like a band of some sort. Where is it? Oh, not seeing it now. Where'd it go? Huh. Okay. Yeah, and everything seems to be getting a little bit lighter. Bumper drag. Well, then again, maybe I did get that bolt of lightning. I seen it visually. Yeah, see, okay, see this? Right here. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Very strange. Camera's getting wet. Dang it. The phone. That's moving too. Alright, my phone's gotten wet. I gotta end this. We'll be back later. 5:30 p.m. As I was watching TV, a banner came across the top of the TV, a tornado warning that is currently in effect for Branch County, which is, well, basically a county located nearby. We did have a couple of rumbles of thunder. One pretty decent, but still just nothing really kicking off here otherwise. A little bit of thunder there. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and just leave off with that for the time being. And that was the other thing that I wanted to make mention. So here I finally get down to my last video to upload, and was in the uploading process. And right when I decided to go ahead and come out with this update over the tornado warning for Branch County, the uploading process stopped. There was interruption to the connection, the service connection or whatever. So I don't know, but I might have to start all over again with reposting, re-uploading today's earlier content. Keeping my fingers crossed that the uploading process is just paused and not, killed altogether, but playing the game, So, alright. Yeah, I just wanted to make mention of that. Yeah, good enough. 5:45 p.m. It has started to come down heavier now. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got up here, if anything. I'm going to dim down this lighting. I'm getting wet in the process. Put a little bit more rumbling. Very little air movement. So, yeah. Well, I want to keep this rather short if possible. Just little tidbits of updates along the way, That's basically it. It already seems like this is letting up. I should have had my plants out here. Overall, it's still rather still. Seems like the lighting keeps fluctuating. And I swear, every time that I shut off the recording, I walk into my bedroom, and boom, there goes, you know, when there's a roll of thunder that comes through. Huh. Was that a flash? I don't know. Okay, I guess we'll end it. And once again, it seems though it's lighting up out here. Oh, there we go. Maybe we did catch a flash in that. Uh-oh, I'm getting some ringing kicking. Oh, what's up with the ringing? Huh. I don't know if that helped or not, but I guess maybe that's supposed to be outer greater light up here, right? I mean, it's not visible at all to the naked eye. Not at all. Oh, seems like it's moving. Whatever it is. Yeah. And off it goes. Alright, oh, what's this now? Okay. Wait, what's over? 527. Oh. Now the rain's picking up once again. But the sky, at least right in here, is becoming brighter. Swallows are up there flying around. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and end it. Yeah, quite strange. (7:11 p.m. this Wednesday evening). Yeah, well, I have to say, yeah, it did get rather wet here. But as far as wild, well, weather-wise, not really all that wild at all. But there was a couple of wild sightings as far as I'm concerned. still hearing rumbling off in the distance. And, well, it is getting brighter out here. Still kind of spitting a little bit. It's that fine mist, if you will. But currently, there's still no internet connection, and so I try to click onto YouTube and it just says retry, you know. So, yeah. Whether I will continue to record anymore tonight, I don't know. Just because of the situation of this internet situation. I don't know exactly what's going on, but you know, with no service, that's going to put everything once again way behind schedule. Well, if a factor was an actual schedule, but I like to get my content out there just as soon as possible, and delays like this does not help. And we got some, oh, that's a hummingbird up here, I think. I don't know about, yeah, that was a hummingbird. That was kind of cool. Don't know if I captured that or not, but yeah, flying rather high. Yeah, we can see what's going on back here. Rather rapid developments kicking off. Well, there goes Jayhawk. Which, yeah, he'll be hanging out quite a little bit right in this area here, because there's mulberry tree back in here. These branches are already full of mulberries. They don't seem to be all that large this year. Okay, I'm going to end this, maybe, I don't know, just kind of going with the flow as this night continues. But of course I'll have to come back for ending recording. Wow, oh, dog. Quite that whistle. But anyways, wow, what the heck is up with him? Gonna tell me something. Huh, it's right up in here. Oh no, no. That's over the, yeah, okay, that's up here. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's up in here. Well. So anyways, there hasn't been any changes kicking off. Nothing really to speak of, other than the rain has basically stopped. I mean, there's still droplets in the air. The birds are, you know, well, you can hear them. Well, cats are out there fighting over whatever wet cat food is left. A little gust of wind just passed through. But things are still on the move. Anyways, I believe I am going to go ahead and call this good for this day. We are back to uploading today's previous content. But yeah, it looks like this kind of blackish looking material here is moving in and overhead, so I don't know. Could be that much more rain moving in. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this. If we come back, we come back, but otherwise, take care. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll meet up again back here on the split side.